application on auto machine learning platform, and the application is named the product is named Darius. And now may I request Mr. Jayendra to give his demonstration. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So the product that we're talking about is ZeroML.ai. So I'll just quickly take you through what this product is capable of. So right now, if you look at the overall life cycle of implementing a machine learning algorithm, so it starts with the problem framing, and then it goes all the way until up till data preparation and consumption of the insights. So ZeroML as a platform has been designed as a self-service auto machine learning platform that can be used for training and deploying machine learning models. But the catch here is one need not have any machine learning or technology knowledge while using this platform. That's the reason we call it as a zero ML, zero machine learning. So all the user needs to do is go ahead and come up with a problem statement, and then give the annotated data to the platform and select his use case. The rest of the heavy lifting, which servers to use, which algorithms to use, how to fine tune those algorithms, everything is done in the backend in an automated fashion. So that's what the ZeroML platform is all about. And ZeroML is just not yet another tool for the data scientist. It is the data scientist. Okay, so that's what we are trying to advocate here. And okay, so what is the need for such kind of a tool? So right now, if you look at the machine learning as a service, right? So there's a huge supply-demand gap between the people who want to do machine learning, the organizations which would want to do machine learning, at the same time, the talent pool that is available. And even if there is a talent pool available, then the true democratization of AI has not yet taken place because of a lot of hurdles that are there for small and medium scale organizations to implement machine learning and AI. So one of them would be to source right kind of a talent, which is obviously very costly, and also to create right kind of an infrastructure to implement these kind of algorithms. So our vision is to democratize AI in such a way that organizations of various scale would be able to use AI and really get benefited out of it. And obviously, we are also moving towards citizen data science, which actually means that giving the power of AI into the hands of the decision maker. So that is where ZeroML also creates that kind of an environment where there is no technology expertise needed for anyone to use the platform. And the value proposition that we typically bring with this kind of platform is almost 80% of the costs are reduced because there's no human element involved, and 80 to 90% of reduction in model go live time, because most of the modeling, training, and optimization of the model, everything happens in the backend in an automated fashion. And then, yeah, it's any day better than an average data scientist with respect to the accuracy and with respect to the time to market. And it's a one-click model deployment where a business user or a person who's trying to make decisions, right? So he can deploy, train these models and deploy them at scale, at any scale. It's highly scalable architecture that we have got at just a click of a button. So we have also used this platform to deliver certain innovations to Government of India. So towards the beginning of 2020, we have demonstrated a solution to the Department of Administrative Reforms, DARPG, and we have created a solution where, based on the text that is provided by the citizen while he is complaining about a certain government services, when he raises a complaint, the text is analyzed and automatically routed to the relevant department based on the kind of keywords that have been used there. So for that, we've also received a national level award. So that's one of the applications that I wanted to highlight. And okay, now let me show you the platform in action. So this is our platform, ZeroML.ai. So there are various use cases that we have on the platform. It ranges from object detection, sentiment analysis, video detection, where you can detect various objects in the video, image classification, chatbots, text classification, facial recognition, okay, and structured data predictions, and geographical segmentation, and bio-entity recognition. So the beauty of all of these different models is we have already pre-trained them on certain generic data sets. At the same time, with a click of a button, a user can retrain them with uploading his or her own data. So that's how these models can be actually used. I'll show you a couple of models in action right now. So the first one is object detection. So we have trained object detection models on generic objects to start with. Okay, so when you look at object detection as a field, right? So in this case, we have trained it to identify generic objects like street lights, cars, okay, and certain other factors in the picture. So for example, let's say in this case, it has identified cars, people, traffic lights, etc. So this is a generic model, and obviously an organization or an individual can create their own custom model by going here and submitting a custom model request. In the custom model request, we ask them for the data. So once when the model request is approved, then you get to upload your own data. So the moment you upload your data through Amazon S3, Google, or you can simply upload a file, zip file if you're not even cloud tech savvy, that's fine. Then once you click on train, all the training servers, which training server to choose, what configuration, which environment to set up, which kind of models to use, everything is predetermined, and it trains in the backend. And once your training is done, then this kind of a button is highlighted where inference can be possible. So you'll simply get an API URL and an access key. You can use both of them and embed it into any front-end application to call and do inference. There is also provision for batch jobs that we have put onto the platform. So I'll give you an example. We have just trained one of the model. This same computer vision model that I just mentioned, object detection, was retrained on identifying COVID cases through learning from around 300 different X-rays of COVID patients, chest X-rays. So now it has reached fairly good accuracy. I just wanted to show you that particular model. So once I give this particular model API URL and upload an image, so in the background, the algorithm tries to find from the image if the person has a COVID or not. So in this case, it has identified this person has COVID by looking at the CT scan X-ray. But again, these models are not very perfect. They learn as we train them with more data points. But again, if you give an image of a person who is not having COVID, so for example, a perfectly normal lung. So now in this case, the model also differentiates and comes up with an output where there is no annotation provided here because it did not find any COVID symptoms here. So that is one use case where we have retrained the model that we have talked about here to a completely automated process. And some other use cases I want to bring up is, in this case, we have built a model which can identify water bodies, buildings, and roads given any place or any location. So government can actually use this kind of a model in order to understand and evaluate where exactly the particular objects are. So you can see how the city is expanding, how the forest cover is depleting, how the rice fields are expanding. So this can be used in a lot of different ways. So you have seen here that it has identified all the water bodies automatically. So right now the model is able to identify water bodies, building, and roads, but it can be retrained on any other object that you want to identify. And another example that I want to talk about here is bioentity recognition. So in this case, we have trained a model to identify from a given transcript automatically the diseases, drugs, species, and genes. So this can be very, very helpful in the case of pharmacovigilance. So the moment I click on analyze, so it analyzes all the text and gives me where there are certain entities that are extracted. For example, it has extracted diseases, it has extracted genes or proteins, it has extracted species, it has extracted various entities that it has been trained on. So this is a quick example of the possibilities. So the possibilities are endless. If you have real good annotated data, then the platform can automate your work to a large extent, and you can deploy the models also on scale. And for scaling, we have a highly scalable architecture. We use GPUs, and we are also in a process of doing analysis on TPUs, Google's TPUs, how to use them. It's a highly scalable process. At the same time, I would also want to talk about the other AI ecosystem that our startup is coming up with. Apart from ZeroML.ai, we have also launched recently our networking platform Clusters.ai, which focuses on bringing the entire data science and AI community together. We have been building this Clusters platform for almost 3 years right now. It gets all the verified data scientists, enthusiasts, corporate startups, educational institutions, investors, thought leaders onto a single platform. Everyone is given a different login, and everyone has a different use case on the platform, and it drives the innovations through domain knowledge. That's the most important part, clubbed with technology and applied mathematics. We also have another product, Expert.ai, that is used for crowdsourced data annotation. It's a gamified platform for crowdsourced data annotation. Data Science Authority, through which we do data science and AI training and knowledge sessions with corporates and institutions. Magic Equation is our AI consulting and project execution brand. So these are various things that we are doing with respect to data science and AI space. And if anyone needs to contact me, they can reach me out on jay@clusters.ai. So keeping it short, I want to give space for others also to pitch in. Okay, so that's all I had for this presentation, guys. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to present in this platform. I thank the government of Telangana for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Jayendra. Fascinating in many ways, and I believe the application will become more feature-rich as it is trained on more data. So I thank you again, and I'm sure that we'll find great traction in every sphere, be it text or computer vision or the different artifacts that you exhibited. That takes us to the final product demonstration for the session. This one is by again Vadvani.